Welcome back, YouTube. General Soulback with Persona 4 Golden. When you're ready to go for Adachi, speak to Teddy, and he will take you to where we last saw him. And I'm going to stick with... Well, no, I'm going to switch out... I thought about bringing Naoto, but I decided to bring Chie instead of Kanji. And we're basically almost going to go through the entire dungeon with just the original 4. I can say that Platinum is now guaranteed. The trophy that I have been worried about since we got Risette popped in this dungeon. And it popped fairly early. I'll show you what enemy it popped on. There are still a few enemies that I do try and farm for lines, and I'm just going to say I don't know what the in-game counter said I was on, but I think I was closer to 275 to 300 lines instead of 250. But when I finally got the last line to pop, it's like, yes, I don't have to farm enemies anymore. So you're going to see a difference. You're going to see cuts on some battles, and then I just straight up just show you beginning to end on other battles. So here,
looks like that one's immune to wind.
Pistil Mothers. Let's see. My notes are still somewhat wrong. This says they have no weaknesses. They drain ice and wind and resist fire and electric, and are found on the first 2 floors. I do know some of my notes are still wrong, so I am maybe 9 skill cards away from that trophy for giving Maria 100 skill cards. So we are almost there. Alright, so this guy right here is the Great King, weak to light, repels dark, and resists physical. Infinite Sands, weak to wind, nullifies electric. All enemies we see right now are only found on the first 2 floors. There is a gimmick to this dungeon. So, looks like Infinite Sand also blocks, nullifies light as well. Alright, so we're doing some farming because these guys can cause some conditions that I was trying to get lines for. So we cut down to, they are just about done. Killed these guys. I don't know why I'm guarding. Okay. So I really don't care about XP or money anymore. My targets, of course, are skill cards first and foremost, chest keys second, then I don't even want personas. Alright, so Vehement Idol is weak to darkness, strong against wind, repels ice and light. So I'm kind of like, I think she said that it resists light, so I'm like, how about darkness? So I'm looking for something that has darkness. And I do have one very good one for darkness. At this point, I think I have 2 that do darkness. Or it may just be that one. But it is a very infamous one in the Persona circles. Every Persona I have is something that is very strong. Alice. It's very strong, but I need to completely level them out. So that's why I have them on me. So we have Alice, which is the poster child for fuck off and die.
Alright, we won! We did it!
Uh-oh,
that one's immune to darkness.
Okay, I show this battle because we finally see the king,
This, guys.
great king, summon this thing.
Don't give up now, okay? Darkness
I
won't
don't even see it listed on here as an enemy we could fight, but it's weak to ice. Free Bambino, I don't even have it listed on here as something we could fight, so it's only a summon, but kill it with ice. Very simple.
It's weak to darkness.
Okay, if I'm going into guarding, I'm trying to get conditions, so I end up farming here.
It's not over.
Or I'm getting ready to use darkness to kill the king.
It's my turn, right? I won't let you down. You go.
Oh yeah, here's Kanji coming in to help. Yeah, sometimes your party members that you don't even bring with you will come in and attack after one of your attacks. So Kanji's pretty good because he'll basically just critical multiple enemies. Alright, let's see. I really do not give a shit about any of this. I guess I'll strengthen a persona. Which, it's Alice. Alright, next. We have 2 new enemies.
Oh, that's not darkness won't
I do farm these for a little bit for some conditions since they can cause rage. I do need a line from the main character, but it does seem that if your main character has a condition on him, Risette is more apt to say something when it's his turn.
3 of them. Don't give up now, okay?
But even the person who made that checklist that is in the link to in the description did not have down what she says for the main character having rage, because she never says anything. She never said anything for me. I do get a few lines here and there, but what ends up finally pushing me through is an enemy we haven't seen yet that I got 7 lines from, just with this group here. So apparently that is how far away I was to
Senpai, hang in
hardcore Risette fan, was 7 lines. Alright, so I don't really care about the HP, but I have to go ahead and get the 2 persona. The only reason that I care about XP right now is to level up the personas that I'm carrying. Alright, so we have Agitating Halibri. Weak, says here weak to fire, drains electric.
Wow, it's 3 of them. Don't give up now, okay? Reset scan.
Yep, weak to fire because it's Yukiko's turn and we're getting a scan. So at least that information was right. Definitely want that chest key. Since there's no skill card. Okay, we are on floor 2. There is a trick to this floor. So, take the path that I take. I'm going to show this entire floor. And edit out any battles that we've already seen. So you're going to want to follow my path. So take the north door. There are no chests in this area, so ignore. North chests. At this point, I'm letting the enemies attack me first so that they can get an advantage. Alright, keep going straight. Turn north, and then whenever you come up to the corner, take the corner. I got a avoid battle card. Okay, whenever you get to this 4-way, note this hole in the middle. Nothing you can do with it right now. Take the north path, and as soon as you get to a crossroads here, turn left. Fight this next enemy coming up if you want. I do, because I want my trophy. interact with the tape here, this is where Adachi is. He is teleported to Adachi is on the second floor, but we cannot get to him yet. He will not let us open this door. Go back to the hole in the ground. That is what will allow us to move on into the dungeon, and it's going to be an entirely new section of dungeon. So drop down the hole. So basically, we need to find the means that Adachi has of controlling that door so that we can go in there and face it. New enemies here. Those are king castles, I believe. Okay, so fanatic towers are weak to ice. Hello, Zoe. Yeah. They are resistant to physical, nullify wind, light, and dark. Could you stop knocking my stuff over? And the king castles are weak to fire and nullify physical. Nothing here does any conditions, so I don't really care about farming them. Yes, you are very annoying.
Give me a sec. I'll do a quick scan. It's weak to fire.
You didn't want anything to do with me now until I started commentating. Then you wanted to say hello to chat or the comment section or whatever it is. Yeah, yes you did. You were a glory hog. About the only thing that I would be interested in there is the persona level up, so that we can finally get Die For Me. We'll probably see that a few times. Zoe, stop it. Thank you. Do not start begging for treats. It is an hour and a half before treat time. Do not even. Okay, so we have here, these are Minotaur 3s. They are found on all floors of this section. While the King Castle and Fanatic Tower, King Castle is found on 1 and 2, Fanatic Tower 1, 2, and 3. The Minotaur 3 is weak to fire, strong against wind, nullifies light, drains electric, and repels ice.
It's weak to fire. This'll be easy.
At least that information's right in the notes. That takes care of that. We are still here. Okay, yeah, definitely get that skill card. We are still at this point trying to get hardcore Risette fan. But this is the shadow that finally gives me the trophy. These creatures have evil touch. They also have an AoE fear skill that will cause could possibly cause all allies to become scared, and then they have Ghostly Wail to try and kill anyone who's scared. So my lines were for having Chie, Yukiko, and Yosuke, and the main character affected by fear, and then have Chie, Yosuke, and Yukiko run away in fear. Once I got those 7 lines, the moment I got that last line, hardcore Risette fan popped. So as of now, I am not farming for lines anymore. I no longer care. We can now go back to like it was before we got Risette and just mow things down. It's like, thank you. That was the trophy that I was most worried about. Because as I said, Persona 5, it took me 3 or 4 playthroughs before I finally got Passionate Listener, which is Persona 5's version of Hardcore Risette Fan. And for those wondering, I never changed the difficulty. The entire game has been played on beginner, and I got Hardcore Risette Fan. It is actually harder to get that trophy on beginner than it would be on normal or higher. Okay, so we got a luxury hand here. And it brought us a silent book, which is weak to light with no strengths. Silent book spawns on 2 and 3. Glorious hand and Numenon Beast, weak to darkness. So we have 1 weak to light, 1 weak to darkness. No strengths on either one. Alright, and the Glorious Hand, which of course is the gold shadow that gives a lot of XP and gold, and the only reason I would want to kill the Glorious Hand is for the gold. Even though really, money and XP right now is no object. I probably have around 3 million gold or yen right now, so I don't need money. We are... So, if my information is correct and Marie is new to Golden and wasn't in the original, we are almost done with base game Persona 4. Now on Golden there is more to the game. We still have January, February, and March to go through. I don't know how much of those months we're going to go through because we do not have very many social links left to go through. I know there's at least 1, maybe 2 dungeons left. One of those dungeons is, if it's an actual dungeon, I don't know if it's just a dungeon or just a final boss. But I know we got a dungeon that is new to Persona 4 in Golden. Anyway, I wasn't really paying attention here. This is Battle Wheel is weak to ice, and the other thing I believe was, what was it, weak to fire? If I use, no, what is this thing weak to? I wasn't paying attention to what this thing is called. Whatever it is, Ice took it out. And I'm going too fast for me to see the name of this thing so that I can look it up. Oh well. It was, I believe it was scanned, so you know what it's weak to. Take them. Well, I went for the heal. By the time we get done with this, we do end up getting every one of the personas that I'm carrying, not to max level, but all skills learned. Okay, so the Harem Dancers have no weaknesses. They nullify fire, light, and dark. And the Judgment Sword, which is this one, this is weak to wind, resist physical, nullifies ice.
Weaknesses. It's weak to wind. This will be a breeze.
And now that we've got Hardcore Risette Fan done and we can just focus on going through the game, there are 2 shadows to look out for. They're not going to start spawning just yet. I will point them out when we get to them. We need some items for quests. Grab that skill card. Definitely grab the skill cards. Like I said, we are, as of right now, by my count, 91 out of 100. Alright, Jotun is evil, is weak to physical, nullifies fire, wind, light, and dark, repels ice and electric. Minotaur 3, weak to fire, as I said before. And even though the Jotun of Evil is weak to physical, as you see, it dodges physical. So, that could be a bastard to hit.
That was awesome, Yosuke-senpai. It's over.
And then give you a little taste of fire. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. I finally decided to just kind of give everyone their one of their unique costumes. So I've got Yukiko in her yukata that we saw at the beginning of the game, Chie in her kung fu outfit, main character dressed like his uncle, and Yosuke in the Junes overalls. Okay, we've got a new enemy here. What was that called? We already know. We already know about the judgments. Purple sigil, weak to dark, strong against fire, ice, electric, and wind, and repels light.
3 enemies left. You can win this.
Yes, I'm sure.
Keep it up, let's go. Keep hockey.
If you want to be a YouTuber, start your own channel, Zoe. You'd probably be more popular than me anyway. You're cuter.
1 enemy to go. Keep it up.
Could you quit hitting me with your tail? Well, here is Die For Me. I told you we'd probably see it at one point. So Die For Me is instant death to anything that does not resist darkness.
We won. Congrats, guys.
Period. Yeah, you're very annoying, cat. Okay, is this floor 3? Okay, so, yes, this is floor 3. So, if you get into a battle on this floor, you will be warped back to the entrance of the floor. You must literally go through this floor without getting into a single battle. Follow the path that I take for the quickest way to get to the mini boss of this floor, which will then end that requirement. So there are 4th crosswalk, 4th cross section. So go up one more, turn left at the cross section, turn right, enter the door we're coming up to. There is a mini boss. Yeah, we're not fighting Adachi yet. He's a lying sack of shit. Alright, this mini boss is quite simple.
That's not good.
I have no information on him. He is not in my list, but this is Chaos Fuzz. Just go all out. You'll take him out really quick. He doesn't even get another turn. He summons and then he's dead.
It's not going down.
Come on. Take this.
In fact, they're not going to see past Yukiko.
Persona. Truly magnificent.
Now with that, it does see, my understanding is you are now able to go through the floor if you want and get the treasures. So if you want to, go ahead. I just went ahead and went to the stairs and got out. Now, once you are on floor 4, 5, and 6, that Minotaur right there,
Darkness won't work.
we are going to want to find 3 of them. They drop an item called golden chains. We need 3 golden chains. I actually had to fight 4 of them because one time they didn't drop. Brilliant Cyclops is weak to ice, and actually all 3 of these are weak to ice. So
Weak to ice. This
Chie or Teddy is your friend here. Or if your hero has a nice persona, take them out. Just before you go to fight Adachi, make sure you've got 3 gold chains from those Minotaurs. There are 3 different Minotaurs that you will face. You can face Minotaur 1 on floor 6. On floors 4, 5, and 6, you can face Minotaur 2. And all throughout this place, you can face Minotaur 3. Minotaur 2 is the one you want. You will know it's the right one because it's got the red hair. Okay, new enemy here. We have the Change Relic, weak to electricity. So give it a shock. There is one more enemy that when we get to the floor and we run into it, that we will need an item from.
Great work, Yukiko-senpai. Enemy defeated. That's the spirit, Chie-senpai.
So, not too bad, not too bad. Kick its ass, Yukiko.
Enemy in style.
And yeah, I'm kind of going like, yeah, I think that's a bad idea.
Last one.
And of course, the game does not want my hero to get a turn. Fucking assholes. Fucking assholes.
Yes, we won. Congrats, guys.
Am I interrupting your nap, Zoe? Alright, so we have,
But you have the
I believe these are called death dice. Let's see, death dice, looking for them on my list. No weaknesses, resist fire, ice, electric, and wind. So with that, that means
senpai
they could die for me.
Enemy down.
But we'll just get a critical hit.
And action. All hyped up, ready to go. Go! Beat 'em up.
Stupid cat. Okay. Get that chest key. The money would have been great if I was low on money, but okay, so new enemies. This right here, Happy Gene, weak to physical. We have Slaughter Drive, weak to electric and wind, no strengths. Happy Gene is weak to physical, light, and dark, no strengths. Both only found on floors 4 and 5. Well, Slaughter Drive is only found on 4.
Let me do
Of
the
course you're gonna just dodge the lightning so that Yukiko can kick your ass. I mean, shit, I would let Yukiko kick my ass. Okay, honestly, yeah, let's go with new cards because I don't like any of this. Shit. Okay, take the skill card because yeah, I need that trophy. All right, so Odin does not get Thunder Rain. He gets Panta Ray, which is basically the strongest single target wind spell. So that makes more sense to me than it did in Persona 3 that Odin gets Thunder Rain and not Thor. They corrected it here. So we have the Reformed Okina, which is weak to fire. They are strong against ice and repel wind, found on floors 4 and 5.
You're doing well. Down. Keep going, senpai.
Alright, so we need ice for you. Well, we'll just heal real quick. And get to Chie, please. Thank you.
Enemy down.
Yeah, Chie is essentially this game's version of Junpei. She's a little bit better than Junpei because she at least gets a multi-targeting spell, even though it's the weakest one for her element. But yeah, it's basically Chie is Junpei. Take that skill card for sure. Okay, little trick here. Get the 2 cards for the half experience. Get rid of the earned card. And we got the extra turns without losing half experience. Alright, so is this floor 5 or 6? I think this is 5. Well, yeah. Wizard's first rule. People are stupid. What's your point? Yeah, this is floor 5. Okay, so now we have... Okay, there's Minotaur 1. Minotaur 1. And we also have... whatever those... I wasn't paying attention what those are called. Looks like they're weak to physical. Are they Harmony Giants? I think they are. Minotaur 1 is weak to electric. Strong against fire, repels wind, drains ice. Doesn't matter because he just got kicked out of the universe. So, I am still needing one Minotaur 2 to get one more golden chain. And now that we're on floor 6, we can run into the other enemy that we are looking for. Definitely grab the chest key. I'm slowly building my chest key collection back up. Okay, so we have Conceited Panzer, weak to wind. Phantom King. Yes, Phantom King, Zoe. Weak to electric and light. Resists wind, nullifies dark. Only found on floor 5. That's interesting. We're on floor 5, and we ran into a Minotaur 1. It's, according to my notes, is only found on floor 6. So, yeah, my notes still aren't 100% accurate. The further we're getting, the worse they kind of get. At least for information like this. Anyway, let's take these guys out. What are you looking at, Zoe? Chest key. That's the only thing that I care about there. If I have a choice of only one, I'm going to either take the skill card or the chest key. If I got a choice of both and I can't get both, it's going to be the skill card. Alright, so I didn't remove Meteoron there because it's one that I could drink coffee to get. Okay, so new enemy here. We have Spastic Turret, weak to fire, which I would not have thought it was weak to fire since it has flames on it. So basically we can kill 2 of them with fire and 1 of them with ice. So let's do that. Okay. Oh, that'll work. I'm hoping to God that neither one will reflect physical back while they're down. I'm sitting there like, oh shit. I thought about using an item to hit them with fire, but I don't have one that's going to hit multiple enemies, so I'm like, shit. Gotta chance it. Okay. Gotta chance it. Okay, resist. But this will kill it. Alright, not bad. Still have not seen the enemy we're looking for. Alright, so new enemy in the back there. We already know about the slaughter drive. Okay. Yeah, I'm focusing on them and not looking at this thing. No, it's not slaughter drive. It moved over. Okay. Noble Seeker. No weaknesses. Repels physical. So, use any magic to kill it. Such as Morning Star. It's been a while since we've seen this. And shuffle time. I don't give a shit about any of that. Change to Arcana. Good, that's what I wanted to. No use having half XP if I'm going to get no XP. Not sure if at this point if I've gotten all my personas, all their skills learned or not. Okay, this is the 6th floor. This is just a straight spiral path. There's only one way to go. Okay, the robot back there is what we're looking for. Solemn Machine.
Wow, it's
It drops Orcalarium. We need 1. Solemn Machine has no weaknesses, nullifies light and dark. What was the other one? I think they're... Were they Earnest? Yeah, Earnest Cacophony. They're weak to light and dark with no strength. So, the Solemn Machine will, as you see, take a lot of damage from whatever you do to it. It's just not going to instantly die, but the others will instantly die from light or dark. So, I decided to go with Miss Alice.
It's weak to darkness.
Yeah,
Come on,
weak to dark. At this point, I'm still looking for a minute or two to get my 3rd gold chain. I do end up getting it on this floor. So as I said, before, this is the last floor. So before you leave this floor, or before you leave this dungeon, because we have to leave the dungeon to be able to get back to Adachi, make sure you have your 3 golden chains in your Orcalarium. Alright, new enemy.
look out. It's immune to physical
Immortal Gigas. Let me see.
attacks. This'll be cake.
Immortal Gigas. There they are. No weaknesses. Resist physical. Nullifies light.
Four enemies left. Don't give up.
Persona!
So we'll just go ahead and give them a shock. And give them a gust of wind. And easy enough. It's so much better than having to try and farm lines for a trophy. I don't like any of this shit. I was hoping that I was going to lose the no items. The game kept giving me the no item card, and I was like, I want items. Okay. Right here is the mini boss. Second mini boss. This is what is keeping us from being able to get to Adachi. We need to kill this thing to be able to fight Adachi. This thing will use Tentrafu to cause your team to panic, so be ready to cure the panic.
Wake up.
Yeah, slap the shit out of me, Kiko, and use a salvation, please. Okay. And of course, Yosuke is all panicked again. Slap the shit out of him, Chie. You're good at that. Okay, let's up everybody's critical hit rate. Doesn't matter because nobody gets criticaled.
I couldn't do it.
Especially that sword that my hero has, it really increases the chances of him doing a critical.
Senpai.
Ooh, that'll work. And this can hit up to 3 times, so let's see if we get lucky.
Someone finish it off.
1 time, alright. Ooh, you got counterattack, huh? Alright.
Persona.
Alright, how are you gonna help us? Alright, that helps. Would have been nice to get that at the beginning of the fight, though, Risette. Alright, let's see. Brave Blade, this should finish it. We can now get to Adachi. So again, make sure that you have 3 gold chains and 1 Orcalarium before you leave to go face Adachi. You will have to use a Goho M to leave the dungeon, and then next video I will show you where to go to get to Adachi and the fights. So I will end the video here. Drop a like if you're enjoying the walkthrough. Feel free to subscribe for more. If you feel like making a donation to the cause, there's a link in the description to buy me a coffee. It is not required. Members do gain perks such as being able to vote for my next walkthrough. I will see you guys next video.